Yeah, I miss my flight. Maybe one time wasn't right. Maybe that time just wasn't mine. Maybe it's time I'm moving.
Yeah, I miss my flight, so I can see you tonight. Yeah, I miss my flight, so I can see you tonight again. Yeah, I miss my flight, I'm coming back tonight. And yeah, I'm coming through and I ain't starting to fight. I wanna see you, babe, 'cause you the number one for me. I don't care what you say, I know you love me. And I'm coming back through with my boy Simply. He's my homie and he's got a fucking giant D. But fuck it, we are not catching that flight. We are staying tonight. Yeah, I miss my flight, so I can see you tonight. Yeah, I miss my flight, so I can see you tonight again.
I bet I never even needed a flame. Maybe you could send me some feelings to spend. 'Cause the ones that I got right now I don't really feel like I'm friends. I can't feel with my friends. I can't even get in. Hit the blue on the back street. This light blue clues, do you know what it says? If you move backwards, that's okay. That's okay. Hold up, that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. I feel this way. Why do I feel this way? How did I miss my plane? I miss my flight, so I can see you tonight. Yeah, I miss my flight, so I can see you tonight again.
Shout out to Crofty, who uploaded it, but I'm not sure if they made it. And then, of course, shout out to Mitchy J, Mitch Jones, and Simply. Mitch has been making some good shit lately. He made a song about Wreckful. I think he uploaded it yesterday or like within the week. It was sad. I don't think that's appropriate to play it as like a stream intro. Just gonna leave that. Just look up. I just look up Mitch. It is. I'm pretty sure it's on his channel. So yeah, and first thing that comes up. So check that out.
I'm gonna turn this up, man.
Mitch Jones music. Probably, hopefully more coming out because he's not terrible at singing. So it's dope. Anyway, yo, what up? I'm trying to get back on track. I swear to God. You know, we're doing the art streams and the art streams are great, but I'm still like, I feel like I'm off the mental track for this game. I need to get back on track. And I'm slowly doing things, I'm slowly realizing things. But I need that to be snappier. Let's just turn this off for a sec. What should I turn on? What kind of music? I really do like that JRPG music I played. Soothing. And it doesn't copyright me. Fuck. So this was last stream, right? We had, honestly, in my opinion, some of the best items we've had so far, and even though they are technically like mid-tier items, if you look at like the stats we chose, I still honestly love them. I think they're great. It's a nice range of different things, you know. But that's what we did. Also, I did change the VOD names, so if you want to look at the playlist, you can actually tell what the fuck's going on in those streams. But I do have a list of things I want to do for this stream. I'm gonna take it slow. Not sure what to start out with because this is Photoshop. Should I? Oh, I don't want to open. I'll open tabletop when I finish this. Won't be quick though. Yeah, I'll do that and then I'll open tabletop sim. Should I explain it first? I should. And I was doing the demo doc. That's honestly, I'll do that later. All right. Yo, Alex MD. Thanks for following, my guy. So let's go back in time a little bit because we do have the progress doc. We're going all the way back to January. Can't believe I've already been working on this for 4 months. Jesus. So, which is funny because I feel like this is the first time I got off track. This is when we started doing the lore and stuff. And then I feel like in March I really got off track. So I love that this is highlighted so I can go back here. And this is kind of to what I'm thinking of right now. I was just thinking over, because we've been doing the art streams. I've been thinking over like what tabletop actually allows me to do, and if I should do more than what I've been doing so far. And that's not in terms of gameplay, but more in terms of visuals, right? And I wrote these down here, as you can see. So, Tabletop Simulator liberties, we got transparent backgrounds for NPCs. So we got that. Cloning cards to keep track of missions, perfect. Infinite currency to work with, and transparent areas on the cards for more dynamic look. And that point is what I'm going to focus on. Because oui. I'm going to start fucking speaking French. The transparent backgrounds are already on the NPCs, and that's fantastic. That's one of the core visuals I want in this game, where it is like playing with paper puppets. You know, you have all the characters and you can place them on top of each other, you can place them however you want, position them, make a little story, make a little lore thing while you're playing. You know, you can RP a bit. But I feel like I should do that more. And this has already been tested, technically, and I did it here. Yo, what up, Ryan? I did it here. Now, I did one version which was like the regular card, right? And I did a transparent version. And I honestly didn't like the way that it looked in Tabletop Simulator. And I think I finally figured out why it didn't work. Why, like, I had an idea, and I feel like I kind of forgot what the point of it was. And then just tested it and was like, nah. And the idea is, we've been drawing for, God, how many weeks now? I mean, the last art stream was week 9. And I mean, it's been 4 months, so 9 weeks of just pure art. I mean, not pure art, but in terms of like, at least one stream a week, doing art, you know. And you don't want that to go to waste, in a sense. And I realized that the items and the variety of items is that visual is important to have as well. Not only the NPCs on the locations, such as, where's that image? I mean, we got a location right here, so that's a more, like, detailed look, because we got the, like, the shitty prototype right here, right? This would be a more closer to what the final product would kind of look like. But we also have something like this. I mean, this though, I don't like this because I resized the cards, which I don't want to do. I want them all to be proportional, so you never have to fuck with them, because once you resize them, they won't stack properly. So I don't want people messing with that. I'd rather just proportion it properly. So like this is more like it, right? Everything's proportionate. And so we have the look here. And you don't lose any of the art. You know what I mean? Like, even if you stack on top of each other, you see everything. Like, you get the point of it. With items, the way it's done so far, and I don't have Tabletop Sim open right now, but if it's a card like this, which is a solid opaque card, which does have transparency all this on the side here. So the issue is, not an issue. How do I explain? The thing with Tabletop Simulator is right now, you can use a deck editor, but it won't have transparency. So I could make an entire deck of cards on one piece of paper. Maybe I have, trying to think of an example I have. Let's go back to 3 Gardens. And if we go into the Tabletop Simulator one, yeah. So this. So this is a file of all the cards from Greedy Gardens, which is my released game on Tabletop Simulator. You can download and play it now. Check out the link. And the thing is, this is one file. So I wouldn't have to import these individually. I just import the one file and it makes the deck. And it knows how many cards there is. You make sure everything's proportionate, right? The problem is, if I put any transparency in this, it would just make it opaque because it's not a PNG. It's a JPEG. So for transparency, if I want transparency, which is possible, I would have to import those PNGs individually. So technically, if I'm doing something like this, I'm already doing transparency. Because I like this visual. I could make it opaque, but I like making it more sci-fi, giving it a little something, you know, making things stand out, making it look a little different. Is like I wrote here, like something that is a benefit of Tabletop Simulator. That's what, because it's a virtual board game, it's allowing me liberties I wouldn't have with a real life board game. Right? So again, since I'm already doing this, why not push this further? And again, I did try this, but I didn't like it. So point is, how do I fix this? Or what do I do to make this better? And honestly, I think the biggest issue is this border right here. It doesn't matter that this part here is transparent. Even if I stack these on top of each other, this border will cover other stuff up. So if the point is to, maybe I should open up Tabletop Simulator just to get a better idea. I probably should. See, this is the character sheet and this is where you would stack the equipment or the items. And you want all the attack, defense, speech things to line up, right? But at the same time, I don't want this art to obstruct each other. I feel like that's a waste. And I was thinking of having a system where you kind of like equipped it onto body parts, but I feel like if I had a board like that, that would be too large. You know, it wouldn't really have a space. I don't know. I would have to rethink a lot of stuff, which I'd rather not do. But I think with the idea I have right now, it might work. I just need to change stuff up a bit here. I'm going to do that quickly. I'm going to open up Tabletop Simulator, and I will... So we got this. While I'm working, let's listen to some VR news. Because I want to concentrate.
Hello and welcome to Tuesday News Day, your #1 resource for the entire week's worth of VR news. The hottest VR leak on the internet, HTC's new headset possibly leaked this morning? Think again. But if you're a Quest 2 owner or you've been waiting to pull the trigger on one, then I've got some really good news for you as well. Plus some new information on the Deca Move and Deca Gear, that and so much more. Let's just get right into the news. But actually, first real quick, I want to say thank you to everyone. Tomorrow tomorrow is my 2-year anniversary of this YouTube channel, and time just absolutely flies when you're having a blast, and I couldn't do any of this without you. Thank you for an amazing 2 years with the most amazing community on YouTube and Twitch. Thrill seekers are just cut from a whole different cloth, and together we're changing the world one VR headset at a time. So here's to an amazing 2 years, and to a bountiful future, and many more years to come. Also, don't forget about the Oculus Showcase tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific. You can watch it together with me on my Twitch channel, but we've got stuff to cover, so let's just get right into it. Let's talk Quest and Quest 2 real quick. There's good news and some lukewarm news, so let's start with the lukewarm. The Quest Store now officially supports paid subscriptions within each application. So now your Rec Room Plus subscription, or FitXR, or Supernatural subscription can all be done from within the application.
I just want to say, I realized, because before I didn't mind that Copper was sending these to me with the gray background, but now I'm realizing that would not be a benefit. I also watched this guy. I realized you sound like him. Do I? Maybe if I tried really hard.
When before FitXR or within each
like he has those inflections. XR.
Application. Real quick. There's good news and some lukewarm news.
There's good news and some lukewarm news. Honestly, that makes me think of I had a podcasting class in university, and I think through streaming, I've my natural conversational voices come through a lot more. But I remember when I was recording that podcast, those inflections just came out naturally. It's usually when you're reading something. Difficulty is I'll read this. Got my rule sheet from my other game. Difficulty is chosen by increasing and decreasing the amount of garden tiles in the deck. Board tiles are shuffled backside up. Numbered counters are shuffled in separate bags. Those inflections just come out naturally because you want to sound fucking professional or some shit. I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe I do sound like him.
News, so let's start with the lukewarm. The Quest Store now officially supports paid subscriptions within each application. So now your Rec Room Plus subscription, or FitXR, or Supernatural subscription can all be done from within the application, when before you had to do it in browser or outside of the actual game. Now, this is great for convenience, but all it really means is Facebook is now getting their cut of any subscription in the store. This means that subscription prices may possibly go up, as the company providing the service is usually getting less per sub, of course, since they're giving a share to Facebook. But it does mean that subscriptions are easier and officially supported. However, I am not into turning every VR game into some freemium model where features are locked behind subscriptions. It's a very slippery slope, but I do have confidence that we are loud enough as consumers to stop that from happening in its tracks. And I'm personally going to fight with whatever I have to resist the VR market from turning into the mobile app market. I'm sure that we'll all have bloody hands the day that
I want to do these the way, because I do have the stats already set. Yeah, it's something that seems to happen when reading something. Yeah. For me anyway. I mean, I had years of fucking presentations and shit, so it's just something you fall into. And even now, I feel like I do. I don't know. I'd want to think that I've been streaming enough that my natural voice comes through, but even in times, I feel like there's some fakeness, and that really pisses me off, because you really don't want to sound fake. Sometimes you do. Cyber Cape 013.
Raid Shadow Legends VR releases. Now, the good news regarding the Quest 2 is really good though. The original Quest released in 2019, then the Quest 2 released just barely more than a year after that, and a lot of people felt pretty ripped off. Imagine buying a headset, then a year later a better version that's cheaper releases. Can't feel too good, especially if you're on a budget, which who isn't? We've already heard from Mark Zuckerberg that a Quest 3 is currently being worked on, and Vice President of Facebook Reality Labs, Andrew Bosworth, has hinted at a Quest 2 Pro with a wink. But don't worry, if you have a Quest 2, or you're planning on getting one but you're too scared that something new and better will release, well, it's not. Here's what Boz had to say, quote, "For those who are curious, Quest 2 is going to be in the market for a while, for a long while, and it's going to be, you know, the best bet for the most accessible way to get into VR and have a great experience," end quote. I mean, it makes sense, let's be real. Facebook has zero competition in the consumer standalone market, zero competition in the cheaper PC VR headset segment, and it doesn't look like competition is coming anytime soon, and the Quest 2 is still selling like hotcakes. Some say 3 times faster than the PlayStation VR, which historically has had the largest VR install base. Releasing a Quest 3 now, or in 6 months, or even a year could potentially seriously hurt Facebook's long.
Okay, here's the first idea. Cut off the border. Border, unnecessary. What's the point? What's the point of having a title up here and nothing else? You know what I mean? Like, if I look at this, what here needs to be here? The price needs to be here. The stats need to be here. Most of these cards don't have effects, and that isn't something I'm thinking about right now. But I feel like if they do, even if they do, there's enough room if I cut off the border. So we're thinking like a little less than half of the card is text. Is for text. And then there's the little like, I don't know where I get these from, like Pokemon, like the little quotes, little lore, which is fine. Maybe it doesn't have to be that big. Even like this armor tag, I feel like it's unnecessary. Because you already know through the stats that, okay, it gives me attack instead of defense, so it would be a weapon, or defense instead of attack, which would be armor. But then there are things that give you both, which is like, okay, well then I have to think of like, what would I categorize that as? Do I even need a category for it? I feel like the category came out of an idea where I was thinking of limiting a person to only having, like, let's say 2 armor and 2 weapons. But again, limiting the player instead of giving them choice is something I'd want to avoid. So it's better to give players options and work around those options than it is to limit what they're able to do. But also, limits are important. But I feel in this aspect, because you're trying to get your stats up as high as possible, and there is a limit, there's only 4 spaces technically for equipment, I think that's enough of a limitation. There's a limitation, it's not too harsh. So yeah, so I think fuck the category, and then you don't need a whole bar at the top just for the name. Move the name down, make the font smaller. Yo, what up, Otter? Sorry, just going through my thought process. I was thinking about it. You're making a game that looks a little bit like Munchkin's, right? Or Munchkin. So I've played Munchkin once, and I was very confused. I remember we went to I might actually find the picture. We went to a game cafe right before Corona started. It was like the month before Corona. So that might be easy to find, because I haven't had many pictures since then. So wait, I'm trying to remember exactly. I mean, Munchkin has cards, and I would never be mad when you like compare my game with another game, because I think every idea is derivative, so it doesn't matter. But I'm just trying to think of the similarities. I do have a picture right here. Yeah, look at that. We were just hanging out. Look at that. Nice. So when I look at this picture, you do have classes, and then you have items. Yeah, I would actually agree. It's actually pretty similar. But see, Munchkin has the limitations that you only have. I remember it was like one small weapon and then one big weapon, or like I think two small weapons and one big weapon, something like that. And then there's specific. Yeah, I would actually. I mean the way you get the stuff is different, and I forget the when you encounter an enemy what exactly you need. I think it's only based off of one stat. I think it's just if you have a higher number, like a single number. So you could say Munchkin is a simplified version of what the fuck I'm doing, to be honest. But it's not. It's not bad. It's fine. And I don't think Munchkin has like it's not really a board. It's more of a you just keep moving forward kind of thing. I don't know, dude. Didn't come to your stream for like 2 months. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, man. It is good that you made me remember that though. Thanks. Yeah, I haven't been honestly doing it that much in 2 months. We have been doing the art streams. I feel like I just kind of I got lost in the sauce with the lore. I got into like my alien species lore, and I was like, what is this alien species doing? What is this? So it's like, focus on gameplay, dude. You need to fucking finish a prototype before you can talk about that. So let's this font smaller. And then this technically not even necessary. And now I'm thinking because I could technically like again I can put any element I want on the transparent part. I just want it to be visible. I don't want people to lose like sight of important things. But I feel like price is something you kind of you need once. That's not true because if you're selling an item, you need to keep track of that too. It is kind of the formatting of the price is pretty long. Is there a system of pet? System? They're like a system of pet. What do you mean? Is there like a system of pet? Are you asking if you can have a pet? Or is there something named pet I'm not thinking of right now? Or are you saying PET? Is an acronym of something I don't know about? I do. Can you just rephrase that so I know what you're talking about? God damn caps lock. Cyber. Like you can have a little pet or familiar that gives you bonuses. I don't know. It takes an amount of damage that you should take. I did think that was your. Make sure. I'm pretty sure I did write an idea. Or pets. I actually don't remember if I wrote it in my document. It wasn't. It was like a bedtime thought. Definitely had it somewhere. I wrote pet items DLC. And DLC in terms of like it wouldn't be in the main thing I'm making right now, but it could be added in the future. I think pets would be fun because it would basically be. I wonder if that would be something you equipped or because I got a couple slots in the version I have right now where I could put it in. So this is the character board, what it would look like right now. So you would have your character on the left. And I think you're thinking of the same thing I am, which is kind of like a Mandalorian with little baby Yoda, because Mandalorian was a big inspiration for this. So there is a thing for a ship module. So ship modules, I'm thinking, would give overall bonuses, while equipment you can swap in and out. A ship module would maybe have more to do with like when you move your, when you roll your dice and move, or just, well, like more possibilities on your turn kind of thing. I wonder if a pet would do something like that, or if you should be able to put it in the pilot cabin with you and it just kind of gives you a bonus. I don't know yet. I have an idea. A pet otter that make enemies don't see you if you move around. They just look at the otter. That is cute. I will write that down. I'll write that with the pet DLC. Otter that distracts targets. Nice. And then, God, your name is so good, my guy. Otter Salutra. Ooh woo. Good. Hey, maybe in the future, if you see a piece like that, hopefully you'll recognize it's based on that idea. I'm not promising anything right now, though. There was another. I remember I had a picture. Fuck, where would it be? I think it was in item. I'm gonna find it. I have all my shit, like, it's organized, but it's organized in a lot of different places. This little guy. So I'm liking this, like, it is a pet, but it's also, like, it fits in your pocket. So I feel like this thing would be an item. I just love how you would have a little living thing with you. But I don't know if I would count that as a pet, because I can imagine, like, a dog type of thing, like a companion more, than like a pocketable, like, Neopet, like a living Neopet. I'm French Canadian living in Quebec. Dope, dude. I'm in Ontario. Even though I did these 8 years of French, I gotta say I'm only conversational. And I'm honest, I was about to say something in French, and I feel embarrassed now. I really don't want to, which is bad. I should feel more confident, but honestly, I'm not. I am not confident at all in my French. But now your English is fun. Like, I get what you're saying. I just want to make sure, I don't want to, like, answer a question, then you're like, nah, that's not what I'm fucking talking about. I'm like, oh shit. God, I should eat my cereal. I went to Quebec right before Corona started, too. We had a 4-day adventure. Not really adventure, we fucking sat at my buddy's place. In, oh god, I don't know. Fuck. It was near Montreal. Bro, I'm not. Yeah, but, okay. Yeah, but I'm gonna stream right now, and it's like, I don't have to. I don't wanna. I refuse.
Term goals. Consumer confidence is extremely important, and releasing hardware too fast, leaving behind consumers that just barely got in, definitely hurts that consumer confidence. Instead, Facebook says they plan on increasing the functionality and usability of the current Quest 2 like they've already done. I mean, it's sort of a modular headset, at least in terms of the head strap, so that can always be improved, and it's receiving tons of updates like the new V28 bringing AirLink, which should be dropping officially this week. Pretty much what what I'm saying is don't be too scared of a Quest 3 coming soon. It's not, at least if you trust Bosworth and John Carmack and Facebook. Me personally, I take it all with a fat grain of salt. Of course, if I was releasing a new headset or console, I'd probably stay quiet about it too. Consumers won't buy something if they think it's going to be outdated in just a couple months. I mean, if I knew a Quest 2 Pro was releasing this year or next, I'd probably wait to buy two, which is not in Facebook's best interest. They want to sell Quest 2s now. And I also feel a little called out.
I am wondering just because there would be so much empty space if there isn't an effect. So I do feel like I should make this way smaller for things that don't have an effect. Like even like that big. Because it really does take up so much space. And the price, I don't know how I feel. Because the thing is, the name of the object can differ in length. So I don't want to like put the price here and then have a way long name that I can't fit or something. And I don't know if I want to put it here because that would be difficult. I might make the bottom text bigger. See, the bottom text is more like on a Pokemon card. Sometimes they have lore stuff. And I don't, it's not necessary to be big. It doesn't have to be too big. I mean, if that's the only thing on the actual thing, then like, why not? I don't know what. Alright, I'm gonna just export what I'm doing and then, you know, testing. It's all just making a thing, looking at it, changing shit, looking at it, changing shit. So the biggest thing you can do is keep trying. Keep trying out new things. I want to do this, and I also want to add a poke to see. I might tell Copper because I feel like we did good with the beginning. The first version we did of this. Like, where the fuck? Like here, I specifically said like have the outline be a little bolder. So as you can see on the hammer, on the shoes, like there's kind of a bold black outline on some of these, but then Copper just went back to his style, which is fine. But I do feel like it's not more realistic, just less cartoonish. Which is also fine because we don't technically have like a set style yet. I just do want to keep the style consistent for the prototype at least. Yeah, we can just export. I think that's like you could put a bigger rectangle. If nothing else in the card, yeah. I just wanted to test this out right now. Again, this isn't like a set thing. I want to test it out, throw it into Tabletop Sim, and just see what it looks like for now. What's some random stupid lore? Uh, we got sentient crystals. Right. I keep pausing this
Facebook
video, I'm so
said
sorry.
this, quote, people are also asking about the Quest 3, which doesn't exist yet, and everyone who is listening to us who is a reporter, there isn't a Quest 3, there's only a Quest 2, end quote. Okay, Boz. Now, let's finally talk HTC and this new headset. So this is no joke as fresh as a leak or information can get. And when I started recording this video, more information surfaced that cleared up what this leak actually is, and it's not even a leak really. HTC is releasing a new VR headset sometime soon, likely to be announced next month at ViveCon. Many say this will be an enterprise-based headset not meant for consumers, but I, of course, have hopes that that's at least a little wrong. I want HTC to release a solid Quest 2 competitor, and here's what this leaked headset looks like. This is the HTC Vive Air, and it doesn't exist. I posted the leaked photos on Twitter about right after I found it, originally on a website dedicated to give design awards to various companies. The website is legit, the award is real, and HTC Vive received an award for their concept design of a sports-focused VR headset that seems to have a semi-modular design and quick-dry fabrics similar to a Nike shoe. And that's exactly what this headset looks like, a Nike shoe that you'd put on your head. And not gonna lie, I absolutely dig the design. It looks light, comfortable, and I think pretty stylish, but turns out the design is pretty divisive. Unfortunately though, this is likely not the headset HTC will be announcing next month, and it's likely that this headset will never be announced. The HTC Vive Air is not real. Here's what HTC had to say, quote, "It's exciting to see our concept piece, the Vive Air VR headset, win an IF Design Award. While this is only a concept, the design language has elements and inspirations you'll see elsewhere in our product. We're not ones to rest on our laurels, so although it's great to win this award, we have business to attend to. Hopefully we'll see you on 11th/12th May at ViveCon," end quote. So that's that. I really want this headset personally, and I hope that whatever is announced this year at least resembles this design or has some attributes of it. The idea is you can take the headset apart, wash the whole strap housing and more, and I also think that this article title is hilarious. Quote, "HTC just won an award for a headset it isn't making," end quote. And yeah, seems true. I want this headset to be real. I think HTC would absolutely kill it with it as a real direct Quest 2 competitor with Viveport support, but that's just not the case it seems. You know what though, it's a good thing that HTC always knows best though, right? I mean, just look at their track record. So here's one of the craziest headlines that I've heard in a while. Quote, "Epic Games secures $1 billion investment to build its Unreal Engine powered metaverse," end quote. That's a lot to digest. Basically, Epic Games is well on their way to creating the metaverse, and they're getting help to do it. Sony Group Entertainment threw a little cash of their own into the pot with a $200 million investment in addition to the $250 million investment from just a year ago. And this sounds crazy, but all this money is for Epic Games to, quote, "establish real-time 3D social experiences leading to a convergence of gaming, film, and music," end quote. Now, if that's not the definition of a metaverse, I don't know what is. So this doesn't necessarily have anything to...
Alright, just quickly, as I was saying, this is kind of the point I was saying about stacking. Is if we take away this transparency test, if we have 4 things stacked. I mean, look, like you lose most of the image. Like, of course the focus is here on the stats, and that's where the biggest focus should be, is you being able to add up these stats. But losing the value of seeing the image really bugs me. Just because, even just because we've been working so hard on this aspect of it, you know. So, you know, the one thing I did have was this. But even with this, I do feel like this border is just unnecessary. So, if we import, and thank you Tabletop Sim for updating your the way we can get files. Look at that. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. See, utilizing the transparency to its max capabilities. And of course, I'm gonna change this out. I mean, I actually have 5 slots here. I might change. I'm wondering how I should change it out to. But I do have to have like a kind of a consistency. I'm thinking maybe. Hmm. I'm unsure. I'm unsure what the aesthetic is going to be with the, because this is supposed to be like the inside of your ship, right? You have your pilot cabin with your dude around, but that would be proportional to that. You'd have the jail. And you'd put jail bars on that. And then the ship module would also be an item like this, but I'm thinking maybe it would like fit into some kind of connection here so that it actually looks like it's part of the ship. Then these would look like maybe they're in your closet or something. You know? Like that's the idea. Ah, I'm realizing another thing. If we're stacking left to right, see already I'm realizing things as I'm going. And I should have realized it here too. This doesn't matter. This really, this doesn't matter. This cataloging like thing I had, it doesn't matter. What does matter is actually the price of it. You know? Seeing the price allows you to see, but the price also, the thing is the price follows, I mean, don't look at this. And I already closed the document with the stats. The price of it follows how many stats it has. So if it's 1 plus 3, then it's 4. It costs 4. It's like consistent with it. So technically you wouldn't need the price in front of your face, but it would just be easier to keep track of. Now I'm just thinking, should I reformat this and not have, is like this necessary? Just because I felt like $4 dues. You know, you're paying fucking words. Paying 4 of these guys. These triangle boys, you're paying 4 of these, you're like, there you go, my money. It doesn't feel like that much. So then when you like get a bounty and your prize is 4 of these, you're like, I don't know if that feels like. But then if you format the money this way, it feels like more than it actually is. So if you're stacking it like this, pretend we stack these on top of this. Pretend we got, how would this look? Oh, here's an interesting development. Because it is on the transparent layer, technically if you line these up properly, but then you lose them after a while. You lose them. I wonder if I can format that to not lose. The max is 4, you lose the first one. Edge. You lose the edge. So it wouldn't matter any. God damn it. It also auto step a little too. So yeah, if I have to do that, then it's... I do like this though. I like, even though it does look a little not cluttered, You can tell what's going on. But if I do put the money here, then it's gonna go on top of that. Maybe I should put it there. Maybe I should put it below the stats. Because then when you stack, it would be here, here, here. And then it wouldn't be on top of anything because there would be nothing else below the card. Is that big brain or is that big brain? You could move this up. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's like alternate.
To do with VR right now, but the idea is still something that just doesn't exist yet in almost any medium, at least not fully. Imagine a future where I grab my friends in VR and we just walk or teleport together to the next game or movie or experience seamlessly to have a true VR metaverse. It's like VR chat, but even better, you're jumping between full game worlds. This is undoubtedly one of the first big steps to getting this done for the first time. Epic Games happens to also own the Unreal Engine, which is the second most popular game engine for VR purposes right behind Unity. So Epic themselves being huge proponents of Metaverse while also owning one of the biggest game engines out there and having lots and lots of money to do whatever you want with will definitely lead me to having a closer eye on Epic Games. So I mentioned quite a while ago that I want more than anything to bring VR to schools to revolutionize education forever. Textbooks could be a total thing of the past. Why read about mitosis and meiosis when you can take a magic school bus ride in VR and watch it happen right in front of you? Well, the same thing can be said for
entertainment and education. Change the curriculum.
Sports in some capacity.
Make it engaging.
Months ago, I mentioned the High School Heroes, a VR esports league that brings VR headsets into the school place and pitches other schools against each other in VR games like Echo Arena. Well, the first season of 10 schools went very successfully, and now they're looking to expand to up to 50 schools. I'm all about normalizing VR and esports within high schools, and High School Heroes is doing that. They've also let me know about a Quest 2 giveaway and decided to combine it with my community, so check out the links in the description if you'd like to enter for a free Quest 2. High School Heroes is currently looking for more schools to join the league, and your school could be next. On their website, there are forms that you can give to your administration and email contacts to get everyone involved. Like I said before, VR plus schools and keeping people active, I'm all for it. Next up, I have already made a video on the Deca move, the first.
Okay. I should write all this stuff down. Item that shapes need line up horizontally. They do. Transparency behind images was more pleasant in full. You know, I'm just throwing up some words. Throwing them up. One of the important things is items stack from left to right. So that means the topmost card is right. And it's important to remember because then that means the best on left so that you can see it. And the same is with money. Other than stats, price is important to keep track of. And this would also be best on left. Technically. Technically. And I was thinking for a second to make it like 4000, but then even that is like unnecessary and long, and you think that you also need to line that up, which doesn't make sense when you put them beside each other. And I am thinking of raising. Copy these. Shapes. Copy these. And then have both. I got both. Question is, does it need to be raised? Nulls. Have this. How far should it?
First device from Megadodo Simulations that are also creating the Deca Gear 1 headset. My review was pretty darn positive and I really enjoyed the device, and well, pre-orders just opened up for the Deca Move and it's actually cheaper than originally advertised at $60. It's still pricey, but it does change VR for the better in my opinion, allowing you to use the hip instead of your hand or headset for locomotion. And from what I've heard, Quest support is coming, and if you don't want to spend $60 on this, then that's fine too. A phone-based application from Deca should be coming as well. Although the standalone product will likely be a little superior in terms of functionality, but we don't know yet. I'll have both in hand soon. And now it's time for question of the week from Sungear. How big do you think the impact for eye tracking will have on the horror genre? Eye tracking, if implemented correctly, could totally revolutionize entertainment and gaming moving forward. Horror games are really just an easy example. If the game knows where your eyes are, it also knows where your eyes aren't. And the scariest things are the things that you can only see out of the corner of your eye, but disappear the second you look at them. Long story short, it's gonna be good.
I had a
Make
fucking
sure to leave
idea
your
like that.
own question of the week below. I may just answer yours next. Also, check out my Twitch stream today, and don't forget about that quest to give away. My Discord is a great place
Check
to
out
find
Thrill, he's dope. Is cool. You know what? Let's put on some music because I really do need. Oh, I also realized I'm on this still. Whoopsie daisy. I was working on Photoshop. See, the thing is, the wanted cards aren't gonna stack. So technically, there's no need for these to be like this, but it matches the aesthetic of the items so that you know what's going on, in my opinion. Because for a second, I was thinking of just erasing literally all these, putting them here. I mean, it doesn't change much, to be honest. I could. I just need to put all these into folder. I could just duplicate this fucking folder. God damn it. I want to leave this. Leave. Yes. Leave this. Changing that. That's in there. Well, you know, everything's centered. Again, colors aren't final or anything. Fonts aren't final. I'm just. Oh. Also, does this need a background? This is also a question. Can we just put the entire thing on transparent? Realistically. I mean, to make it visible, I think it's necessary. Yo, what up, Copper? Copper. I'm trying out some shit. Doing some tests. Because I thought about you. I mean, kind of true. Kind of true. Eating dinner, I'm eating cereal. So I thought I looked at the images. I showed the images to my parents, and they liked them. I showed the image to my friend. He said the gun looked like a dick. I didn't prompt him to say that. He just said that. I don't know what to tell you. It just looks like a dick. Anyway. He also said the bat looks like a dildo, and I'm like, this is going a little too far. You don't gotta say that. Point is, these images are great. But I realized, the way I had it earlier, ignore this. The way I had it earlier, which is technically like this, the way it was set up, and even with, fuck, I don't have the, no, let's, one of these, back to the transparent version. So this is the way I had it earlier, let's ignore that. It did focus on stats, and then I had the little categorizations, which honestly, like throughout the stream, I'm realizing more and more, like that's completely fucking unnecessary. But if you stacked stuff like this, the whole visual aspect that I'm going for with these drawings, with these items, would be lost. You know. And of course you don't have to stack them. You could totally choose not to. But I feel like there is a limitation on the board that makes you want to stack them. It makes, you know, maybe some people will have an easier time counting up the stats if they're really close. So you don't want to lose anything that's important, right? And then, you know, one of my answers was, okay, well, I'm already using transparency on the side. I like that visual of things like jutting out of other things, makes it look sci-fi and good and whatever. But I just didn't like the way this came out. You know, I liked, okay, you could see what's behind it, but then it did have this border, and this border was really, it just didn't, you know. And then I went back to the actual version, I went back to this, and I'm like, whatever, it's just gonna be solid. And I looked at this again, and I'm like, no. I want it to be transparent, because with transparency, the stacking doesn't matter, which is the entire point of what we're doing with the NPCs. The entire point is that you can stack them onto each other and whatever. So I went back to that original thing, and I'm like, wait a minute, like that's the point that I'm using Tabletop Simulator. It's giving me access to these transparent cards. Why am I not utilizing it the way it should be utilized? So I'm trying to figure out a way to maximize transparency, maximize necessary information, which to me currently is stats and price. So if we're stacking left to right, if we're stacking left to right, and maybe I should do this, left to right, then I don't want the prices to be hidden. I don't want the pictures to be that hidden. And then like title and these categories don't fucking matter. So I did a quick thing here. I only had the cape, so. But I made the cape, and I did this. And I like it. I like it. And I'm liking that. I'm definitely thinking that like here, because it's the same concept as this. We got a little dude sitting on the chair, you know, you see what's in the background, he's in the jail, whatever. And the ship module, like, the image would look like it could be connected to like the innards of the ship. Like, that's a fun idea too. I just thought of something right now. There could be like pipes, and then all the ship items look like they connect to the pipes, and there could be like a biological heart you're connecting to these metal pipes. You know, this is like a fun thing like that. And then the equipment, I'm wondering, because I'm not gonna do like equipping it to like each part to the actual person, the NPC. So now I'm just, I mean, it's not something I should be thinking about right now, but maybe some kind of closet or some kind of like it's like holding up things, like a hologram that holds up your items like midair, kind of, you know. And then the base of this could be like looking like some kind of tube that like holds your stuff with light. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming right now. But I like this, and I'd rather, because the cape is such a huge image, I'd rather have maybe different pictures for. But I also realized, okay, stacking's fine. These don't have effects, so that you don't need to see what they do. But the price, even though it is on the transparent thing, which was an idea I had, it does get like drowned out the further you go down. So now I'm wondering, I'm doing something like this. So we got stats on left side. I like left side bottom. Left side top is possible, but I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it's comfortably in the bottom left. Now price top left is good. But now the formatting of the price, it being 40, you know, every price would have 000 at the end and then a D at the end. It does feel a little cluttered. So now I'm wondering if I should shorten that because it's bothering me that it's so long. Even though the whole point is that you giving 4 coins, or rather you getting like a minimal amount of money for your bounty doesn't feel like a lot. But it's written like a 4,000, so it might look, it might feel like a lot, but it might not look like a lot. You know? Still struggling with how I want to do that. But just having 4D like this kind of bothers me. It's not something there I can, or it could be like this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that not the right symbol? What the fuck symbol did I use? What the fuck is this? Could be like this. So technically, if you stack it, it wouldn't matter when it covers up the zeros. Big brain, big brain, big brain move. Big brain, because if you stack it and it's like really close, it's like here, it would really only cut off the zeros, it wouldn't cut off this, which is the most important information. Gucci. Because this really is right here is the cutoff. Technically. Oh, button. Weird color, weird color. Pink. Technically that would be the cutoff. Somewhere like not, if you go further than halfway, it will stack, so somewhere around here. But that's also if we actually use the block. I wonder how it would look if we didn't use the block. I'm kind of liking this. But again, the title, I feel like the title's too long. We gotta think ahead. Large title, what happens? Did it stack here? Right side. This little fucking quote thing. Is this even necessary? Is this little lore thing even necessary? Could it be here? Does this look empty? Can I do that? God damn it, I keep fucking not showing the screen. I'm so fucking mad. I'm so sorry. God damn it. Fucking game capture. I'm sorry. What is 3? Man, my big brain move wasn't captured. Like basically, okay. God damn it. You didn't see my big brain move. I switched the D. D was. Show the process. There we go. It was like this, and then I switched. I said this was too. I didn't like this because it felt like too little money. And I switched it and I did this, where I put the D on this side, and then I said, even if it covers half, then you would still see the important part of the money right there. And I just realized I clicked and then what I did was said, does this lore piece even have to be here? Can it be like somewhere here? And then does this look too empty if I put it like that? I also talked about the title stacking on the right instead of taking over this where the money is. Will the text look okay though when on top of the other cards or on the table background? Yes, that is a... I'm guessing you're talking about the bottom on the transparent text. That is a worry. That is what I'm testing right now. Is it also technically necessary at all? To be honest. Does there have to be a little, like, lore blip for every item? Like, it makes sense if there's an effect. So then, if there's an effect, what we would do is make this larger, and then have the effect written there, and then it doesn't really change anything, it just makes you lower the item image. Right. I'm gonna export this and just see. Oh, fuck. So even right now, I mean, the thing is, okay. The card, why is it so small? Why is the card so small in my hand? I feel like I remember that I fixed this, but I don't remember. Done this. I'll look into that. Anyway. Take it out of my hand. What I was saying was, either way the card would most likely be on your, either in your hand, which then you can, I mean that's, you know, true. Definitely, when you increase the size, it's hard to, unless you're like on a background that allows for you to read it here. Yeah, text I don't think should be, I mean that's why I don't have the title and the money on transparency, because I don't think that would be a good thing. Just testing it out. Just testing it out. But if you do put the card on the area it should be on, then I would probably have it so that if that is the case, but you're right. That should not be the case. But now let's test like the stack it here. And stack another one. As we see, the important part of the price is always visible. I think that is the way to go. Does the title matter? Does the name of the card really matter? If people want, they can stack it like that. Also not taking that away from people. Then this doesn't super line up, but if it doesn't care. So the question is it better to do top or bottom? Honestly, I kind of like bottom better. Another idea was to actually move this up. This also, I should get another pick. And yeah, I like that you had it on the gray background just because that was the way it was solid before, right? So I didn't mind the screenshots just for prototype use, but I think you will need to send me a PNG with the transparent backs. Like for this, I wouldn't have minded just putting transparent. Yeah, but that's, don't worry about that right now. Ah, see the sword. Also, like, I was talking about how, you know, the first item thing we did, you know, I mentioned the boulder lines, and you followed it for the most part on a lot of these, but then, like, instantly the next two just kind of went back to your own style, which is, again, that's fine. But I do think if we're gonna have a consistent style, even on the, I mean, you know, for the prototype it doesn't matter, but like in the future, you know, we should keep track of that. Yeah, it makes you draw faster. It's fine. Looking how quickly this template can. Dude, that's cool. Now it gives me a little more space for title. I'm wondering if this color needs to change. Just the positioning of it is bothering me a little bit. It's iffing. Yeah, brighter color. There's something off with the color. Yes. Issue is it's on that weird gray. Ah, it's on the weird gray. So fuck. Ah, whatever. I'm getting hung up on dumb shit again. I wonder if the proportions for these items should also be proportional. Aha. What do you think about this layout? Let me just save it. Yeah, lag and lag and up. You think it's clean? That's good. Even though I didn't mind the top, I think I don't like the bottom. I like just the info being on the bottom. I feel like looking top and bottom, a little too much eye movement, and then you would go to every item and you would look top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. You know, because even though you can count up technically, you know, the price matches stat number. So if you just count 1 plus 3, you would know the fucking how much it costs. But I get people are lazy. It's fine. Fuck the math. You have to count it horizontally anyway, fuck counting it vertically. So yeah, if you had it stacked like top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. Yeah, looks like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards, a lot of info is bottom. Yeah. I mean there is, on both of those card games, there is info on top and bottom. Mostly on, I mean when I'm thinking Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, I could, fuck it. I can pull it up right here. Let's look. Come on, internet. Hard. Tap. Yeah, Bulkin. No, I get what you're saying. I am interested in just seeing. You bring up a good point. Let's actually like, what other shit has. Can you not fucking lag on me, please? Sure, this one. This one and the illustrious Charizard. Ew, it's the evolutions one. Ew. Bulk. card. So top right, also you're not stacking these. Although Pokemon... Fuck, I mean, Pokemon you fully stack when they evolve, right? There's no like partial stacking in Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, EX cards are... Those are the full arts. What the fuck is that? Oh, Marvel crossover, holy shit. Holy shit, dude. It's Doctor Strange. Yeah, also the font. I mean, I guess it's always been small. But yeah, either way, on both of these card games, you don't stack partially, so it never matters. I think. Yu-Gi-Oh! Like you said, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is definitely bulk bottom, because you're looking at attack, defense, and effect. You're only looking at the tribute cost. When you're tributing, you're only looking at the attribute. This is the attribute, this is the type? Fuck. When you're doing something specific, so, but you're right, this is a bulk info. Here you're looking at your attacks. Honestly, it's so, I never fucking paid attention to like weakness, resistance, like that was, I feel like that was a part of the game that I just didn't care about, honestly. I think that it just, I played a bit in University Online, and it just takes all that into account, and I'm just like, but yeah, we got HP and then evolve, so there's, like you said, bulk is bottom, which is what we got. So let's import that one, the Void Katana. Nice. A little fucked up cut in there, but that's fine. Okay. Of course, I'm gonna have to stack. We got all the necessary info. I feel like maybe before, or probably I'll do off stream, I'll do all of the see, but I want to get a Are we sticking with this is the question, because once I stick with the template, I'd like to not change. So let's think, what is something that could fuck up on this? If a title gets longer, okay, it extends, has enough space. If a price gets longer, okay, it also extends. But now it's kind of doing this. Right? Kind of doing that. So then really the only real space is here, which is enough space for a little blurb. Sure. Or the title goes down, and then there's only this space, which I feel like this isn't enough space for anything. If there's an effect, this box would raise up, limiting the amount of space for the transparency here, but also this is kind of already obstructing some stuff, so it's okay for an image, like an image wouldn't fully be obstructed. Another thing I'm noticing, which of course I should have noticed with these as well, is that this obstructs the middle of the image it is stacked on. There is no way to get around that. So there will always be some kind of obstruction, no matter what. Let's pretend it's like I mean, I'm definitely glad that less of the image is obstructed just by like pure card. If you have a lot of weapons, I feel like the weapons should kind of be angled the same way. So if you stack them, they wouldn't be like kind of how the swords are here. They would kind of be beside each other, stacked in that way, which I like. Ah, God, why are you connected? Fuck off. Right, even though there was a little bit of an obstruction there. But yeah, I think I'm cool with this. And then this would raise up if there's an effect. The effect would go in between here and here. Right on this line. Then that would obstruct like this much of this image, which... And if you want to do that, you could stack it at the bottom and then not do that. But yeah, I think you're right. I think this is clean. I definitely think there should be some kind of font. I mean, this D won't be the symbol either way. And you don't have to see all the zeros. You really technically only need to see the 4. So as long as the number doesn't go past this line, I think it's fine. We're kind of at the 2 zeros here. I think that would be perfect stacking positioning. Still don't understand. And then when you stack here, wait. When you put everything in your hand, how does it stack? It also stacks left to right. So this would be perfect. All the info would be at the bottom though, so you do have to would be looking here. And there's kind of no way to put it above here unless we're going all the way to the top. This doesn't look too bad in your hand. I do kind of like how the top... Bottom does it cleaner. And it does have the blurb. So what are you thinking? Final thoughts. Clean? Bottom's clean? We basically have this and this. This is the choice right now. Other than that, we have this fat boy. I think the money on the right... I mean, this is basically the same as this. I just put the money below. Right. Basically this. So if there was an effect, this would be basically up here. Or even a little higher. Alright. I need a piss break. Be right back. Alright. I do think this is good to have for the prototype. Technically I didn't have to do it, but I think since we're putting so much time into the images anyway, it was something I should do just to make it more visually appealing. In terms of the wanted card, which is technically the other thing I could edit right now, because they don't stack, and that's the biggest thing, because they don't stack, this could be edited in many ways. Technically, the stats don't have to be on the left side. But I'm only keeping it like that so that there's consistency. Right? So there's consistency when you're stacking your own equipment. It just kind of makes sense. Everything, like, matches. Other than that, because we're also using transparency on these cards, there's a lot of like look-wise things I could change. Like I could also cut it off here and then have it look more like a hologram or have it look more like a poster or something. Need to lurk real quick? No issue. I'm just talking. I'm just having these ideas. But basically like this, don't have to really change for the prototype anyway. Could think about the aesthetic of that later on. I think for now this is fine. I don't need... what else is on the list I wrote down? Do what to do. Edit item card template. Check. Explain transparency. Need overlapping art importance. Check. Test token transparency. The one thing I noticed is on this image. When I photoshopped this, I left this part transparent here because the ring, clearly, I mean, it doesn't touch the planet. So, of course, it makes sense that this would be transparent. What I didn't realize is that when I import that, let's change this boy to this boy. And it is a token, keep that in mind. When it's changed, those transparent pieces get filled in. So, tokens, and I should write this down because I didn't realize this. Tokens, tabletop simulator tokens, don't have internal transparency. So it does go around, you know, it does cut it out as if, but it doesn't cut out the inner part. So that is something to remember. Because, what is this now? This is a card. A card is the same as what this is, so this does have internal transparency. Because I was thinking now, here's one thing. I was getting really fucking tired, and I'm just so... I was getting really tired of looking at this board every time I did a test and thinking, holy shit, I made this in January and it doesn't look any different. And honestly, I get it. I get that I've been working on gameplay. We've been doing stuff surrounding this, but not directly with this. But it has, honestly, it has gotten to me. Just that I haven't seen progress on this specifically. It has been, and that's kind of why I'm working on like the actual card template, because I'm like, I need to see progression within the actual prototype or else I'm gonna feel bad. Which, you know, feels bad, man, but... So, first thing I wanted to test was actually the custom table. Because, and this is, I mean, this is large. Could this be this big? Square table isn't ideal, to be honest. Actually, I might not agree with that. Can I move all of this over without unlocking? I don't like that's not centered. Bother me. Also don't like the shininess of this. Think there's any other? None. None. No table. Bye bye. Bye pieces. Yeah, let's just play in space, dude. That's something you can do. All our cards just. Let's get immersed, guys. Let's have all of our cards just falling into the depths of space. You love that. I'm just... Is there no way to make this I could have people download a connected also downloadable thing for tabletop with a special table. But I don't know. Import no, because but we could look for something to import. Because I want to feel progression. Give me progression. Galaxy. I feel like this would be too distracting. This is pretty good. How colorful is the question? not a video, just because I'm talking right now. Watch the VR stuff. Maya talks about childhood Pog. All that. I've been watching too many videos. I don't have content to react to. Badge.
YouTube, welcome back to my daily. Like and subscribe. I'm bald now.
Big bunnies, ready? Hi.
You cannot go into the big ones.
I'm Vicky's daughter.
Oh, sure.
That's okay.
993 donated $20. Smile.
Smile. I haven't been here in like a year.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Look at that. You thought I was like a client or something. A kid visiting. Yeah, because I look like a kid. No little boys in the big rabbit cage. Chad, look how big this rabbit is. They're Flemish giants. It's the largest breed of rabbit. I learned this morning. It goes Flemish giant, Angora, French lop, checker giant, English lop. That's the most useless information ever. Escape artist. Look, he's drinking. Stevie, drink. Look how big. Huge rabbit. Size comparison.
Hand for scale.
Hand for scale.
Piece of hair for scale.
Look at the bunny.
Look, this is Tara, chat. Peepa Pog, it's Tara Buck. Hi, Tara Buck.
Imundus Core Doddy donated $25. Love the bunnies. Keep up the great work.
Thank you for the 25. Chat, you want to see a rabbit in his retirement home? His name is Nugget. Sorry, the cable just got loose, that's all. Back to Nugget. This is Nugget's retirement home, and that is Nugget. This is Lionel. He's very fluffy.
Imcro donated $100. People happier.
Oh, thank you for the 100. I see my mother. Should we go bother my mom? No, she's running. Oh, we'll bother my siblings instead. Jonathan! Erica!
Oh, it is almost full. Hello. Hi, chat.
Mike's not coming.
Your ring.
Yeah, Stompy's ring.
So why are you wearing a
I
ring
watched
on
all of.
It was in my emu's stomach.
I watched all of your Alvan's
My emu ate it. Oh,
videos,
nice!
and they're hilarious.
Iljix! Max!
Are you still filming?
Yeah. This ring, my emu ate it. And then they removed it endoscopically. And then I got it and I put it on my necklace. You want to touch it?
No. Wouldn't you just poop it?
No.
Or is it too big?
Look at this. What? No.
How big they're...
No, she's like this big.
I don't know, I've seen it.
Okay. Well, no, they had to remove it. But when she swallowed it, she was like this big. Are you sure you don't want to touch it?
I'm good.
It was in an emu.
Ew, no. Mike's not coming by that.
Okay. Bye, Jonathan.
Featured sandwich
No.
donated $20.
Oh, I thought you were saying my
Oh no.
name.
That would
Leaked.
That would make sense.
Hello! Ella,
No, not again.
your time to shine.
Let's test these out. How do these?
Chat, Elaine, Erica? Hooray!
Ooh,
They're saying, well, they're not there yet because there's a little bit of a delay. Wait.
definite
Um,
looks not great. Resolution wise, definitely a JPEG. On to the next. Dang. Ooh, better. Still low resolution, but definitely better. I feel like how much. I don't mind this table. Definitely a lot of space on the sides. Yeah, space. Get it? Get it? It's a joke. Haha. No, I don't mind this one. I like that. On to 3. Purple. Ooh. Very bright. A little too bright, even. Depending on how bright I want the cards and stuff to be, this would be distracting. I feel. Although I do like that. I like that it goes right through. This is cool. Oh, this one's also very cool, and I'm pretty sure this is the PNG. I think you can tell it is. Now that is a lot. That's a lot on the eye. Ooh, I wonder if that should be. Background might be purple. Yeah, this feels like a lot as well. Next one. This one has a very bright center, but it might not be. I like that. Let me... Eyes. Eyes. Let's change it out with this one. How does this look? Ooh, definitely thick. That's a thick one. Because it's not the same resolution. And I flip it. Does that change? On the top left, now it would on. Left. Less stretching, still some stretch. I wonder what the resolution is for this. Do I like this though? A little bright in the center. A little bright. Not sure how I feel about that. Edges are nice. A little too much going on in the center. Got this one. And that's alright. I think oh, this one's nice subtle blue. Maybe I can find a better one. Definitely want some stars. This one's pretty nice. I think that's the perfect blend of some light and some not. That's too many doubts. That's so bright. Like the glow of space. How about that? Glow of space. Ooh, that's way too glowy, dude. Bruh. Too much glow. What's that? Let's try this one. I don't like that's like moved. Also, just the dots are a little bright. I like the subtleness. Yeah. Really no. I feel like this is the same. Wait, this one's actually. I would say this is worse actually. And it has the fucking. Nah, bruh. That's fine. Background though. I make my. so dumb. I'm so dumb. I didn't. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. It is so low res. Oh God. Better just don't look behind you. Find a really high. Ooh, that's not bad. A pretty seamless seam. I actually really like this. Ooh, I like this a lot. I like that. What if I put it on here? What? Oh, horrible. That's not horrible. It's like really black too, which I kind of like. I decided on 5, didn't I? For the beginning. Yes, 5. Oh, come on, mouse. Oh, why is it lagging so much? Stop, bro. Because the image is so fucking high res? The fuck's going on? Bro. 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 I want to move everything out of the way. Stop, you motherfucker. You motherfucking mouse. Alright. Clean. Clean. I can save this. Nice. I'm really liking the background. I'm not sure yet about this actual background, but it's fine for now. No real changes yet. Maybe the one location. Actually, one thing I was thinking of. One thing I was thinking of was first. with this. Do I have sketches? The early location. See? So not only did it have a number, but it also had like kind of a descriptor, like forest, bar, and I was thinking for the planets to have names. Now, I could really put that anywhere. I could put it here. I could put it in here. I don't think that's something I should worry about right now. But it's definitely something to write down for the future. Dude, what is holding up my... Holy... This fucking background? Of the... Bruh. Bruh. Done. Oh, on the paths too. I wanted paths too. Okay, I'll do that. See? Need this. This. Where the fuck was it? Fuck, which path is it? It is... And also path. They should be consistent. Fuck. Bruh. Why can't they all be 7? Alright. I'm gonna just duplicate it. And I'm going to bang. Do that. And I'm doing this because I also duplicate it, blending up, make the stroke white, make the actual thing on. Uh-huh. Why is it so scuffed? Why does that look Where's the line? Over. Better. And now I can work this. This. Up. 7. Because now this will actually show the background of space without me having to actually paste it on here. And because it is a card, it will have internal transparency. So let's see how that looks. So this is a 7, right? And now let's do the back at Kashabang. Kabang. Look at that. Like a white ladder. Put your dude there. No, you can actually find it. I think visually that's better than the white paths. Honestly, this could probably be even better. Side. I mean, that's... That is fine. I'm just thinking, should I do anything else? Or is it fine just that kind of stark white for now? Yo, Copper, you here or nah? You lurking or nah? Copper not lurking. Okay. Hmm. What if I change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? If I change this to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Guess we're It's actually not too. God, we're going hyper speed. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Like how I spent so much time, like when I first made this on part. Realize I feel like I could have done it. I don't know if an update fixed it or what, but it's way easier to fuck. That's fine. This. Yeah, dude. Look at that. Look at that. I like it. I like it. feel like I should put the updated location. There we go. That also, this will be like a showcase. Now, new one. This. Again, these can stack halfway, but then as soon as they touch. Which is funny, because in my notes, don't I write the D first anyway? Yes, I do. Ah. Oh. Everything that's not locked sucks. Center. Totally forgot about the... I don't think they've even... Oh, no, it kind of... Okay, wait. Have I centered it? Basically centered it. So now the Joker. Oh, now everything is just physics. Oh my god. Love it. That's the one thing about these paths. They are kind of overlapping. All right. Now it's centered. A little background on these, which kind of thing. Could also take out the jokers, or the jacks rather, automatically. Have a copy of that up there. Also extremely hard to see the shadow now. This might need points, like 4 points. And this is NPCs, and that's another thing I've written down here. I don't know what the NPC backs should look like. Okay. Now that we're here, I can save this. I could pin these down. Um, you know, so we're putting these down. We're flipping them. Now we don't currently have escaped ships, but if we do, there'd be something like this. I don't like that it doesn't. I hate that it doesn't line up. Super fucking. Holy shit, that's annoying. Is there a way to make a snap point? Okay, now will that snap like that every time? No, because I moved the card, I didn't move the snap point. Ooh, that's gonna piss me off. I need to. Oh, maybe I have to lock it. Okay, wait. So rotate it first. Alright, well, magically went back to this. So now, okay, now if I snap this, and I take this away, you motherfucker, dude. Hate you. Fucking hate you.
Hi, my name is Ryan Languish, and this is Ludo Lodge, a channel about to use. And you can change some other options with here, and maybe zoom. Turn this center of my squares, and maybe I just went through when we drew. For example,
I was like, he's just drawing?
kind
Okay.
of like an arbitrary path of spaces that we wanted this cube to, snap snap to those spots when we drop near it. If we go into our point tool on one and release that exists already, it'll delete the snap point. So if I now add these to the magnet, and the left side of that magnet is going to be where I click and can drop these little green points now. And I can click these all over the table. If I click an existing one and drag it, I can move it around and place it maybe more precisely. And if I click on one and release that exists already, it'll delete the snap point. So if I now add these to the center of my squares, and maybe I set it offset and then I can just drag it into place. When I click away from the point tool, those are all going to disappear because they're not going to be visible while you're playing the game. However, when I drop this cube near here, it now snaps perfectly to that point, to center on the point that I dropped there. So this is obviously useful. However, there's an important thing to know about kind of the process we just went through with the points, which is that these points by default are anchored to the table itself. And what that means is, suppose you want to add like a player board into the game, and that player board has spots where they want to snap. If we just do it like we did right now, it's going to still by default anchor those points to the table instead of anchoring them to your board. So let's actually look.
I think they updated that.
So if I go to components, and I'm going to
I think they changed that.
board as a custom tile, with my top image being example board.
Wait, did they? Fuck. Did they change that? Yeah, they changed it. Or no, they didn't. I'm a liar. Ah. Wait a minute. Oh, weird. Right, so if you move, it is to the... Oh. Weird. Okay, that's good to remember. I thought it was to the board. Fuck. That's fine. I don't like that, because if a person wants to move their player board, the points don't go with them. Like if they don't want it right there. Okay. Well, I learned something new.
However, there's an important thing to know about kind of the process we just went through with the points, which is that these points by default are anchored to the table itself. And what that means is, suppose you want to add like a player board into the game, and that player board has spots where they want to snap. If we just do it like we did right now, it's going to still by default anchor those points to the table instead of anchoring them to your board. So let's actually look at an example of that. So if I go to components, and I'm going to just import a board as a custom tile, with my top image being example board. So we'll upload this and import. So we've got this board here. I'll just make it a little bit as well. I would just keeps this one right in the center. And what Tabletop Simulator is doing here is by default, when you click on a component adding a snap point, it's going to add a snap point at the exact center of that component, and that snap point is going to be anchored to the table, not the board. And what I mean by that is if I would go here and move this board and come back, you'll notice the snap point just got left behind because it's anchored to the table. It's not actually anchored to the board.
Interesting.
And that's not what we want, right? That's not very useful. We want
No.
these spots. One, I want to be able to define specific spots on the board, not just the center of it. And two, I want it to be able to move with the board, even, if I move it around the table, I should still have those snap points apply.
Right.
So let's delete this and bring our board back. And the key to adding snap points to a component as opposed to anchoring it to the table is you need to first lock that component. So if you right-click a component,
Yeah, but that
you notice there's a lock option here.
Okay.
You can also use,
But that's not really an answer to the problem. You know what I mean? Like people probably want to move the component with the snap points. Anchoring it to the table just means like, okay, well now we can't move it. Which doesn't remove the issue, it just limits what you're capable of doing. Which would have been limited anyway. Because the point snaps to the table.
Was the shortcut key for that. And if I click this to lock it, now I can no longer move this piece here. Like it's locked into place. However, if I go and use the point tool now, you'll notice that I can now click all over this.
I guess before he was, okay. Because it was loose, it was snapping to the middle. No, I mean, I guess they fixed that. Weird, okay.
Just add them to the center, it adds them to where I'm actually clicking.
I mean, this was a year ago.
So this allows me to now put those right where I want them on my board here. So put these here roughly where I want them to be, and I'll put this here for my next example. And so now I get it to do the nice snapping that I desire.
Sure.
Additionally, suppose we unlocked this and moved it.
You still
check
leave
our
the
points again. We can see those points all moved with the board, and that's because the points were put when the board was locked.
Wait, so it does work. I'm fucking. You gotta lock the board. It does work. Just the board. Okay. Well, never mind. Well, then he lied at the beginning. You can do it. He's gotta lock the board first.
It anchored them to that component itself, and they'll now move as children of that component. Additionally, if I would copy and paste,
can you
this
rotate them though?
Maybe I want more boards for all the players. Those
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Perfect. That's great.
Snap points copy as well, and are considered now children of that component. So you don't have to go through the work of setting up all those snap points again. So this is very useful, and this is maybe kind of the most common way that you're going to be using snap points is on things like boards. And so the key thing to remember is always lock the component first to add snap points. And then you can unlock it later. Like the snap points will still work and move with the component once it's unlocked. You just need it locked when you're actually adding the snap points. So the last topic I want to talk about is rotate snap. Now rotate snap works pretty much exactly like a normal snap point, but it goes one step further in that it's going to specifically rotate the component according to a specific predefined rotation. So you can see
okay, that's what I need.
I have this spot that looks like an arrow, and if I go and import, and I'm going to give it that I can rotate a spot here roughly. So we can see now that our snap point that we added there earlier works. It can snap right into place.
But
however, if I had this facing a different direction,
yeah,
it would snap, but it's not gonna match up with where it should
right.
go. Now, unless you're just a masochist when you play games that would put a thing in this spot without rotating it, it's much nicer to have it rotate into place and have it match up and satisfy OCD people like me. So Tabletop Simulator gives you the ability to do this built in, and that's going to be by using snap points. So before we add our snap point, remember we're going to want to lock this component, because otherwise it's just going to throw that snap point right in the middle. And I'm going to first get rid of this one, and then I'm going to quick to get rid of this menu. And I'm now going to use a rotate snap. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to add that kind of in the same spot. And you'll notice this looks a little different. And if I now drag this on top of it, it not only snaps, but it throws the rotation to match the rotation that is.
Now, is the rotation the same as the 8 angles of rotation that's fucking me right now? Or can it be arbitrary? Is the question.
Define which
is
right
the
now
answer
to the left.
To my issue.
So what I can do to adjust that is use these little arrow keys here to adjust the rotation, which are a little misleading because they both point clockwise, but only the red one goes clockwise and the blue one actually goes counterclockwise.
What the fuck?
But you can use these to adjust your rotation.
It's a little better. I can tell. I'll let him keep talking.
So let's see if I guess that roughly. I overshot by 1. So if I go back
It
here,
also doesn't go straight with the arrow. It goes like to the left of it. How odd.
Bump that back 1. We should expect now that regardless of what rotation I have this in, if I throw it here, it's going to snap and it's going to rotate to fit that spot, which is extremely satisfying, I must say.
It's satisfying. That answers my question. Question is, can it do the angle my shit is currently at? So, let us see. Where's the card? This also locked. It's locked. Not. Okay. The 0 snap point is do this. That's still fucked. Dumb as that. Why didn't they update? Okay. So it's going this way. It's okay, it's pointing with the arrows. 1, 2. Now. Is it gonna be fucky? Is it gonna be fucky? 1. Ooh, that's pretty close to perfect. That's pretty close to perfect, baby. Alright. Move this guy now. Okay, awesome. That's it. Why does it as soon as you flip it, so you get fucked? That's dumb, but whatever. Hey, we figured it out. Pog. Pog. Question is, do I want that here or do I want it here? I think here's fine. Okay, nice. I'm gonna just angled. I did angled all. Yeah, we'll just copy that. I'm gonna do the same here. Good to know. If I didn't see this, that would mess with my... If I didn't see it on the video. There we go. Nice. Flip it. As long as it doesn't touch. Move this out. Oh. This. Nice. I think that's fine. Interesting how these are going this way and this way. I don't think it matters. If anything. I'm happy with what I've done today. Gotta say. I am very happy. Sides. One, two. Oh. Alright, decide NPC back. That's so hard. I don't remember what I decided on. Because before I had it as... like this. But now I kind of don't want that. Because now I'm thinking just have this as a token in the middle of the path. So put a card there, and then have like a red token there. And that's like an encounter. Right? Right here. Or on the path, on the path. Then you're flying, and then you go past him or whatever, and you can land on that. You can encounter that. You never have to do your full roll. You can stop whenever. Rolls basically mean fuel. You have enough fuel to go that far. And I'm not going to make you buy fuel because... There's intergalactic gas stations on every base. Yeah, you meet them. And then you flip it. And turns out, oh my god, it's a king! And you can do the encounter there. I think that's fun. I like encounters in between. I think that's a fun concept. Especially on these paths, which wouldn't be used that often. Oh god, I love this background. On the table and in I think that looks great. I don't know about here, but I don't mind it. I definitely think, because like now I kind of get why I did this. It's because I would also have ship upgrade and consumable on here. But I think that can be a tag literally anywhere else on this card. Could be here, it could be here. You know? Especially with ship upgrades, because they have like a single slot. Yeah. Yeah, if we do have the, like I said before, the token there and then that there, then it doesn't really matter what's on here. Because yeah, we don't have a back right now, and we should. We should have a 6th one. Be green, I guess. No yellow either. No jail bars or death token current. Alright, overview of the demo doc. We could do that finally. Gonna be some reading, so no, that ain't that fun. We did most of the fun stuff. Fun stuff. Productive stuff. Right now, I think this was definitely necessary for me. And so is this. This was... This changing the vibe was so necessary. Just for my mental, you know. Now, I feel better now. And especially with like you know, it's gonna be sick. So I'm happy. I don't know, I shouldn't shut that down yet. Off. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. Yo, alright, you know what? My parents are actually sleeping right now, and I know they need to wake up early. So because it would be a lot of reading, I don't want to be talking too much. It's getting late. So I'm gonna cut the stream here. I think it was a very productive stream for almost 4 hours. And the rules and stuff, I don't have to do that on stream. Yeah, very good stream. Copper, what do you think of this? I asked you, but you didn't respond. What do you think of the background? And then I changed the paths to be transparent and white. A little maybe too white. Might change that at some point. Yeah, no worries. But yeah. I might change the color a little bit because I think they're a little too white. But for now, I'm not gonna mess with that. Organized stuff a little better. Made this the background for now, which is also the same as the room. Which honestly, for the room, I kind of love it. For the board here, I'm not sure. I might find something a little different. Although I don't mind it. I do like the blackness of it. Hey, maybe you can do it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because this one was pretty high res and dark. Another one was that I like. I like this one because it was pretty subtle. I like that. You know, there's not too many like bright spots. It's pretty dark. It's the colors are subtle, don't really pop too much. It's like we want the game to pop other than the background, you know, because something like let's say like this, just way too much going on. Like look at that, you know, it's like fuck space. You know, we want the your drawings to be colorful, not the actual background to distract, right? So but yeah, I'll keep this for now. So I'm gonna keep working, but I'm gonna be silent. So thank you for popping by. Thank you for Otter and Ryan and all the other dudes that came by today. And Alex, really appreciate that. And I'm gonna head out. Nighty. Peace, peace.